Hi Abby, Professor Ball here. How's it going? During the course of the semester, students are either going to get text comments inserted into their paper, or they are going to get video feedback from me on their essay, and you are going to get a video feedback. So the first thing that I look at with MLA format when I look at your paper is I look at MLA format, and you have what you need here, except it goes your name, then my name, the class, and the date. You do need your last name and page number here. And then this needs to be centered. And then if this is the title of the clip that you watched, then you would need your own creative title. This one's already taken. I'm guessing this is John Oliver's title. All right, so make sure that you indent the first sentence of each paragraph. Abortion is a triggering subject that most people do not like talking about during social events. John Oliver's purpose of speaking about it is to inform others the horrible state laws that Texas, North Dakota, and a few others have passed to help protect the health, I like the quotation marks, of these women. The target audience of this video is towards the people who are pro-choice. John Oliver takes this video quite more seriously as his others, as his tone is serious and he doesn't do as many jokes. Okay, that's fair. Now, I wonder what else you could say here, because you kind of just jump in. Is it contextual? Let me see here. Contextualize. There we go. I wonder what else you can say here, because you start off with some background and context, but then the second sentence is John Oliver's purpose. What else can you say about that? And if you go back and look at the two sample essays that I provided for you, I think they did a pretty good job of easing the reader into the subject matter. The other thing that you want to do is, I know who John Oliver is and you know who he is, but you would want to include a little bit of background. John Oliver, a writer, talk show host, a British writer, talk show host from his TV show Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. You need that as well. So based on what I see in your intro, you talk about the purpose, you talk about the audience, and you talk about his tone. So that covers, hold on, let me trying to get to the prompt here. So that covers this, but what about how he makes his case? And what about the research? So I'm looking for those, and let's see how you did. John Oliver is pro-choice and even states it in this video. He supports his idea by showing video clips of state senators talking about how they are passing laws to ensure the safety and health of these women. He provides more evidence by showing the HB 2 from Texas, saying how abortion clinics need to be held up to the same standards as hospitals, which does sound like a good idea, but abortion clinics do not need surgical gurneys, and John Oliver shows this being said by another clip provided by NBC News. So what you would need to do is, you do have the right idea here. So you're showing me how he supports his ideas in its video clips. So that needs to go in your thesis as one way that he supports his ideas. All right, so John Oliver, and I'm just wondering, this is kind of a lower order concern. What are some other ways to refer to him? John Oliver does use a lot of clips from news channels as well as showing picture documents to make it more believable. He also continues talking about what those documents are and how the senators are talking about how they're trying to protect the women's health. So you're kind of repeating yourself in this last sentence, and you've already talked about the clips. So what do you mean by picture documents? That could be part of your thesis as well. So he uses video clips, he uses picture documents or pictures of documents. There's nothing more in particular that I can think of that makes the story more effective enough to convince me to the author's point, because I do believe that abortion should be legal and not made difficult. Good. But you don't use any first person. At least in my class, most English classes or most academic writing does not want first person unless the teacher says so specifically. I'm noticing here that you don't have any quotations to support your ideas. That would be great. Same thing here. The other thing too is I'm not seeing the I in pie, meaning, well, why are the videos important? Why are they interesting? Why are they significant? Same thing here, the I in pie. That means, well, what do these picture documents or these pictures of the documents do for him? Why are they important? Why are they interesting? Why are they significant? John Oliver uses a lot more than ethos, pathos, and uses logos a lot more than ethos, pathos, and kairos because he uses evidence to back up what he is saying. That's good. Ethos is used because he uses his reputation as a person who does informing videos. Pathos is used when he talks about women and how it is messed up, how it's becoming more and more difficult for us to be helped. Kairos is used because abortion is a topic that is talked about in Latin politics. It's talked about all the time. Again, the I in pi, well, why is his use of ethos, logos, pathos important or significant? Well, it makes his case stronger, and that's something you need to bring up. Others are saying about the same thing that John Oliver is saying. Some are saying the opposite and are pro-life. There was one paper that was written saying how clinics should let underage girls have abortions without parents' consent, while another said they need parents' consent. So I saw that you read the prompt, but I needed a specific article. So, for example, John Oliver is talking about the horrible state laws. So who else is talking about the horrible state laws? For example, if you're talking about Texas, you would say something like, well, according to the Houston Chronicle, Senator Marco Rubio commented that, blah, blah, blah. This goes along with what John Oliver is addressing as well. So you kind of drop the ball on that. So on one hand, you do respond to the prompt, but you don't go as completely as you should. It's kind of like surface. There aren't any really quotations. There's no further analysis about why what you're telling me is interesting or important or significant. So this is probably going to be a paper that you're going to revise. You're allowed to revise one essay this semester. I'm also not seeing a works cited page, and you needed one of those. Sad face. So keep this in mind when you do your error log and when you do paper number 4. And let me know if you have any questions. And as I said, the writing here is fine, but you kind of fall short on responding to the prompt. All right, Abby, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.